When we talk about US presidents, or to a lesser extent any head of state, I think that it is easy to focus solely on policy and personal character. As important as policy and character are, these two things do not account for one of the most powerful forms of influence that a leader such as a president holds. In order to understand the impact that a leader has or could have on a nation, we must understand this form of influence. This form of influence is of course rhetoric. Rhetoric, simply put, is the promotion of ideas through forms of communication such as speaking or writing. The influence that the rhetoric of a leader has on a nation is often underestimated to a great extent. One fine example of this could be seen in the run-up to the 2020 presidential election. During this period, many leftists argued that Biden was not worthy of their support because his policy positions were not sufficiently left. These people were making their decisions off of a comparison of the policy positions of Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Policy is important when comparing candidates, but so is rhetoric, and these people failed to understand that. Although even on policy Biden is far superior to Trump, for the sake of discussion we are going to pretend that that is not the case. We are going to pretend that Trump and Biden support the exact same policies and would pass the exact same policy if they got political power. Even if this was the case, which it is not, I would still argue that people should vote for Biden instead of Trump. I would support this because I understand the importance of rhetoric. I understand that the President of the United States has the largest platform in the world, and anything they say will be incredibly influential. The words of a president have the power to move tens of millions of people in a political direction. What political direction the people are moved in depends who is in charge. Biden would be superior to Trump because his rhetoric promotes ideas such as unity, democracy, equality, and justice. The promotion of these positive ideas leads to good outcomes in society. Trump would be inferior to Biden because his rhetoric exploits and promotes tribalism, hatred, and fear. Trump's rhetoric also promotes dangerous ideas such as authoritarianism. Trump's rhetoric propagates dangerous ideas such as tribalism and authoritarianism, which cause harm to society. The president's words are heard and taken seriously by tens, if not hundreds of millions. The rhetoric of Trump sows division and destabilizes ideas such as democracy, equality, accountability, and justice. We saw the consequences of this rhetoric when Trump's deranged supporters attacked the US Capitol after listening to months of Trump's election fraud lies. On the basis of rhetoric alone, Biden is far superior to Trump and worth supporting. The rhetoric of a leader is highly influential, and we should make sure we never underestimate it again. Failing to understand the power of a leader's rhetoric can have terrible consequences on a nation.